So this is day 4 of the trial, the George Zimmerman trial. Um, okay, it started off again with Rachel Gentile. We talked about her yesterday, and she said she wasn't coming to court, but voila, she's there and stuff. She knew she had to come to court because her ass would have been in jail and stuff. Okay, I see that she came in with the same demeanor. She's rolling her eyes. The only thing that is different is she's being more straight to the point with her answers. Yes, sir. No, sir. And, that's it, Unless Don West asked her to read, her transcript or whatever. And we kind of find out, which the whole world kind of already put together that she has a difficult time of even reading. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that, she probably have a learning disability. She's 19, she's still in high school. And hopefully, like I said, she can further her education. But we did learn that she can't read cursive. English is like her second or third language. It's not her first language. And, like I said, she reminds me of every teenager in the streets of Miami. She even reminds me of myself. A lot of y'all said that, and some of you guys said it out of malice or whatever, and some of you guys said that she kind of remind you guys of me, and I could see myself in her because I growed up in the same street she growed up in. You feel me? I growed up in the streets of Miami, and Trayvon has too. So unfortunately, what I got out of this case of day 4 with her is, Don West is trying to picture Trayvon as like one of the hoodlum kids that is racist as well because he racially profiled George Zimmerman. They both racially profiled each other. According to Rachel Gentile, Trayvon was saying that this creepy ass cracker is following me. I don't think that he said it to be racist. It was a slur. It was a slang. And a lot of people are on my Facebook saying, cracker is, racist. Well, unfortunately, I could say cracker is racist depending on, how your mindset is, how it come out of your mouth and everything. He said it in a describing way, like he's describing him. He's creepy, meaning weird or a pervert or something, and he's a cracker, meaning he's white. Trayvon also said that, oh shit, this nigga behind me. I could say that in the streets of Miami and probably other streets as well of all over the world. Call other racist niggas. Like, we call white people niggas. We call Italians, Mexicans. Just, nigga. And it's not fucking right. It's not fucking right. But unfortunately, that's just how it is. It's like a slang. It's like a way of, I don't know. Like, I don't want to too much defend it, but I use it all the time. So it's kind of like, what else could I say? It is what it is. We just use it a lot. And yes, it is unfortunate. And yes, it don't make it right, but that's just how it is. Now, George Zimmerman, on the other hand, we heard the 911 calls. Most of them were, well, actually all of them were for black males, African American males that he see walking around in his neighborhood, that he see going back and forth from the back to the front of a house, that he sees in the back of a fence of another apartment complex, that he sees standing outside, with a friend listening to music. He called it loitering, and kind of find out those two black individuals stayed out there. You know what I'm saying? Where the middle class white people stayed. We also heard him describe his neighbor who left the garage door opener. The garage door open, not opener. Left the garage door open. He said it's not normal for my neighbor to do this. He's a middle class white man, and he's just basically trying to say somebody's finna break into his shit. So I think that if it wasn't Trayvon, it was gonna be somebody else who was black. Because it was a tragedy waiting to happen. George Zimmerman called into 911, well, the non-emergency number, a lot. I heard there was probably one arrest out of all of those calls. I'm not sure like how many arrests there were that he did, assist in, because he's the neighborhood watch guy. So, I'm not sure how many arrests there were, but I just know that there was more just, they call it contact something, I forgot, but there was more of the police just, asking for maybe ID and, seeing if what he's doing in the neighborhood or whatever, because they did respond to those calls, but none of them led to arrest, but probably one. And the witnesses other than Rachel Gentile, we just gonna say she has a childlike mind. It's like age ain't nothing but a number in this case. Age ain't nothing but a number. This is why some of us young women need to slow the fuck down, because y'all be thinking y'all grown, but y'all ain't grown. I got little sisters that think they grown. They 19, as a matter of fact. They not. They still got a lot to learn. Rachel Gentile has a lot to learn, but I feel like not only she has a learning disability, but also she's not ready for the world. I hope she continue to further her education and continue to, just, stay focused as far as education is concerned, because she's not taking it serious. It's just like a child to me. I put on my Facebook that this girl reminds me of my 6-year-old niece, and I really do believe that my 6-year-old niece would have did better than that, for real. She don't see how serious it is that she can help her friend. And a lot of people are saying that she came back differently from yesterday, but if you ask me, she's the same person. She's just limited with her words. She just yes sir and no sir, and that's it, with her facial expressions and rolling her eyes and stuff, and she's just not taking it serious at all. I want to say too, shout out to Judge Alex Ferreira, because he is following me on my Twitter, and I've been watching him on the he was on the Power Panel on Fox 35 giving their input on the case, and I mentioned him in my last video when I said that he, as a judge, he would have pulled her to the side and let her know she need to tighten up on her attitude. And I feel like somebody did that. I don't know who did it, but somebody did pull her to the side and let her know that she needs to be a little bit more polite. She needs to be more crisp with her words, and she needs to understand the importance, well, really the important role that she played in this case to help her friend. I felt her. She was crying. I felt her emotion when she didn't want to see the body. So I understand kids lie. She's a teenager. Kids lie. Unfortunately, that's how kids talk to in the streets. That's how they talk. And I'm pretty sure Trayvon said those things, but I don't think he was racist at all. I do think Zimmerman was racist, calling him a fucking coon and all this other unnecessary shit. He probably did look like a creepy ass cracker creeping up on motherfuckers at night when it's raining and all the boy is doing is walking home. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So back to myself, I just want to say that I was watching the part where Trayvon Martin's family had their attorney, get on the, he was getting on the poll on the mic to, say how he feels about so far how the case went. He said he felt like Rachel Gentile did good. He feel like she's just being her, and yes, she is just being her, y'all. She is just telling you how it is. She was covering it up a little bit because she was sitting next to his mom back when she did the recorded deposition. So she was like holding back and leaving some things out because she didn't want to hurt Sabrina Fulton. But she said what he said, the creepy ass cracker nigga and all of this other stuff. I think this is what the jury needs to take in consideration. All of the other stuff about her role as Trayvon Martin's girlfriend or side chick or whatever, that, I understand you trying to break down her credibility and stuff, but of course she's a child. She gonna lie about that. She probably know that, she's probably the other woman. I don't know what. All of that is irrelevant. It's quite relevant. Let me just take that back. It's quite relevant because, we talking about justice, but, to me it's irrelevant. You feel me? It's irrelevant. And I think that the judge did great with letting Don West know that this is going to be his last question, because this man kept being repetitive with his questions. This is the last time I want to hear that question. She was in control of that courtroom, y'all. Yes, I really love the fact, I think her name is Judge Nelson, if I'm not mistaken, how she is handling this court. She was saying sustained and overruled on the right times, and Don West was getting aggravated that he threw his pen, y'all. And I was like, he's had it up to here. Yesterday was Rachel Gentile, and today is Don West. And I tell you, no lie, when they took Rachel Gentile off the stand and everything, and you know, the first thing that she said is because she used her phone, that right there should have confirmed this girl has a childlike mind. She can't wait to get on the phone and run her mouth or go on Twitter or something like that. All I'm saying is, we got to take into consideration that this is a 19-year-old teenager that's still in high school, has a learning disability, and the only thing that I think that's important about what she says is what happened during that phone call. Of course she ain't gonna be able to explain how does wet grass sound. I was sitting up there waiting for her to explain how wet grass sound, and she was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, how could a bitch that's just like explain how wet grass sound and shit? Y'all, Don West got on my nerves. I could say that the witnesses are helping the state a lot, because all of them have seen George Zimmerman on top, or you know, huddled over of some sort, or you know, just being the aggressor in the matter. You know what I'm saying? They all witnessed to George Zimmerman being the aggressor. The Spanish witness at the end that needed the translator, she said that he even got up and told her, you know, yelled over to call the police or some sort or whatever. So, you know, this case is day 4. It's still a lot to go. I think they are gonna call Rachel Gentile back. I don't know, but you know, they did subpoena her in the courtroom, so she probably be back on the stand, and we'll get our entertainment. Because as soon as they called that T-Mobile man and stuff, it just got boring as hell, and I just, you know, I was still interested in it, but it was just like, you know, let's get to a witness that could tell us what happened, what we don't know, what the world don't know. And I think it's all coming together the way you know, Rachel Gentile and the timestamps are basically, you know, corroborating with her story and everything. So y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all that other stuff. The links will be below. This is day 4 of the trial, and tomorrow I will give my day 5 review. This is your girl Giggs. Bye.
Not real hard, it's plain and simple. Not real hard.